What's up, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's good, everybody's great. It's on a fucking Tuesday. Yeah, so it's gonna be a live stream today, and this is the 15-minute time frame, and of course, this is the gold. Again, it's the US dollar. So as you can see, I was a bull for the early part of the day, but since you can see my arrow, it's indicating I'll be bearish at a given point. I wanted to see a retracement to this daily, week constant encroachment over there. Yeah, that one. You can see how the market tapped into it, clearing this buy side liquidity that was above. It was my draw on liquidity for the first session, and this is what I anticipated to see. Then lower distribution, because I'm taking this to be my manipulation phase, because these Asia highs that are above here has been now cleared. Now I'm expecting to see these a distribution phase. Now what I want to see this 15 minutes candle close, and probably I want to see a close below this low, and yeah, I'll be looking for opportunities for an entry. So I guess from the previous video, beside this one, the most previous video, I did a pre-preparation, or what I'm expecting to see, and go review it. I was talking about this to how a fair value gap, how I wanted it to support price, how did I see why I was expecting these highs to be taken, why did I want to see this daily week to be tapped into. So yeah, I'd explained fully that. And since whatever I had done in the pre-trading or the pre-markets, or the before, because I'm a New York time trader, so before the New York session, okay, before the New York session, this is what I was anticipating. And you can see a good entry at the top of this order block. I did my entry at the top. So by the I'll explain this. Let me explain this. I'll go to the 2-hour time frame, because that's where I'd spotted these 2-hour fair value gap. I guess you can see this candle slow. Sorry. These children have started now. Yeah, they're stubborn sometimes. Baruti, call it Baruti over here. So we can see these candles low, and also we have these candles high. We had a gap there, so these are 2-hour fair value gap. But since I was seeing this retracement high, I'd seen a kind of a buy model in the lower time frames. So I was bullish, but I wanted to see a candle close above this zone, this 2-hour inversion fair value gap. Why is it an inversion fair value gap? I wanted it to be violated. It was to support prices lower, but since it was to support prices higher and not lower, as we should anticipate of a fair value gap, then I wanted to see it act as an inversion gap, an inversion fair value gap supporting prices higher. And we can see that's what happened. This candle closed above the fair value gap, so this was a clear indication that I'm bullish. In the 1-hour chart, I guess you can see everything is clear there. I guess I'm not in a hurry. If you will not understand, please, you can go back to the previous video. Then from it, you will get to understand how my thought process was. So over here in the 1-hour time frame, so I saw these 3 a.m. candle close above the 2-hour fair value gap. So now I was ready. I was waiting for the New York session to do the thing I wanted to see. So it retraced during 4 and 5, but you can see how the candles were respecting these 2-hour fair value gap. You can see they closed above the constant encroachment of this 2-hour inversion fair value gap. You can see these two candlesticks closed there. These opened and closed higher. So it was another confluencer to for me for higher prices as for me. So this was during 6 a.m. This candle closed. We can see everything below is balanced. We had no I had nothing below, because something else I should mention, I was monitoring the wicks, right? I was really monitoring on the wicks, and here is what I saw. Like the wicks constant encroachment, like wicks should never be assumed, right? You should never assume. You can see how these candles weak tapped into this weak constant encroachment, then it traded higher to close. So if you'd placed a stop loss somewhere, maybe if you drop lower, maybe in the 30-minute time frame, someone could have opted to place a stop loss below this order block, below this order block slow. But guess what? It could have been taken out because it couldn't have observed the constant encroachment of the 1 hour week. And yeah, so it's something that I personally will be keen on, the candle, the wicks of the candle, right? So back to the 1 hour, you can see how this weak constant encroachment was respected. Also this one, I tested all these, and that's how I did say that we should never at all assume the constant encroachments of these weeks. You can see these candles weak, this rallied lower, tapped into the constant encroachment around the zone, then rallied higher. You can see this is a second. So the constant encroachment of wicks, like, let's also try this other one and see, was it really tapped into? So over here we had this candle fail, tapping into it, but the next candle it really tapped into it, then continued higher. You can see constant encroachments being respected. Also the next candle, sorry, I'm using by my phone, but I'll upgrade someday. Yeah, want to get that the open of these, it's an indecision. Yeah, you can see not yet, this constant encroachment hasn't been tapped, but the market, I guess it missed it by a pip. Let's see, the low is at 23.78, we're at 23.74 by 4 points. So yeah, it missed it, but most of the time the constant of encroachment of the week is mostly respected. Now since I'm having this one where we are currently, I'll also be watching it over here. I would really wish to see it being tapped into, then, because here is the buy side liquidity that has been grabbed. And if we go to the higher time frame, maybe 4 hour, how has the candle closed? Where is the candle? This candle, yeah, all the same. Maybe probably I want to see the constant encroachment being tapped into, then from which I should be looking for my entries. But if it will not, we'll have other opportunities to look for the, if it will not provide us that opportunity, we'll just watch how the candles are telling us the story. Most importantly, we have seen these. So let me try to make my charts clear. Over here, yeah, and I make it black. Also label it as my 4 hour week constant encroachment. I like it to be red or black, so and above, so yeah, for me to delete that. Yeah, you can see that's now the 4-hour week's constant encroachment. So I'll be looking for opportunities to see it being tapped into, then from which I'll be keen on sales. I'll be trying to find where I can sell from, and using my gene box want to determine its level. Yeah, it will be above in premium zone, so it's a good thing. So I would like to see it being tapped into, then look for confluences lower. So that was led due to I was telling you how to be keen on the candles week constant encroachment, because it's something I've really gotten to learn and really observed from the previous experiences that have been trading. And yeah, it's a good thing because learning is endless, and finding where we go wrong is an endless not opportunity, is an endless opportunity. We get to learn from learning. It's an opportunity, because next time if we see the same thing, we'll know we had made already a mistake, and so we'll try to make it right. Okay, so that's how you can see how these candles were respecting the constant encroachment of these 2-hour inversion via valley gap, this one. Then we had this rally higher. Let me make it visual on the font. Yeah, then we had I've messed up, so I'll undo. Yeah, undo it this way, make it wider, so that, yeah, so that was the 2-hour inversion of the value gap. You can see there how the bodies were respecting it. Then we had that rally higher after the constant encroachment of this lower week, this week, from this open to this low, what tapped into, then a retracement higher, cleared our draw, which was this buy side liquidity. That buy side liquidity, then we can see the wick now has been tapped into, so now we can be looking for sales. But let's wait and see a reaction. We must have confluences, so we will not be rushing the thing, right? Yeah, so we had this rally higher. We have a fair value gap here, which will be a draw on liquidity, an internal range liquidity, with these liquidities below here also being liquidity that we should be targeting. So that's how I did analyze these trades. And my entry, or I saw something on the 30 minutes time frame, and I was observing it. So over here we had this order block. It's a down close candle inside a bullish price leg that was overlapping with this 2-hour fair value gap. I wanted to see how this candle plays out. The bodies respected the main threshold of that order block, that meaning these bodies didn't close below the main threshold or the midpoint of these candles, meaning from the open to the close. I usually assume the wicks. I don't use the wicks, I use the body. So yeah, the main threshold is around this point, but you can see how the candles were respecting this 30 minutes order block, right? after we had seen this displacement higher, rally lower, but the wicks did the damage. So it's not always a good idea to always place a stop loss below the low of an order block. You see, if somebody had the stop loss, maybe had entered early before the New York session, as I did, of course, I was experimenting something, but I didn't. I did enter a trade, and it was fucked up because I placed my stop loss below these order blocks low, and what happened? We had this retracement lower, tapped into the constant encroachment of this week. Then we had this rally higher, and I managed to get another trade, but after I'd seen this candle close above, so this candle closed above this, meaning we have a change in state of delivery from bear. Now again, it has changed the state of delivery from bear now to bulls, reacting off these 2-hour inversion fair value gap, also these 30 minutes order block. So many confluences. Then this candle move lower, creating these an immediate rebalance, which is also always a confluence for a sharp retracement higher. Then we had a candle close above this down close candle. Then later on I got my trade when this candle was retracing down, and my entry was in a 15 minutes order block, which is paired with these 30 minutes order block. Then I took a 1 to 2. I usually have 1 to 2 with my stop loss being below the low of the 2-hour inversion fair value gap, where everything had already taken place. It has supported prices higher. So inside the 15 minutes, what I spotted was this fair value gap here paired with this order block. So I wanted to see an immediate rebalance of this wick, of this not wick, of this candle, whereby a wick should overlap these. So that's what I was aiming, and you can see a fair value gap was let open, and then this displacement lower tapped into the 15 minutes order block that is paired with the 30 minutes order block. Hopefully you've seen from before. Tapped into it, then rallied higher, closed above this fair value gap. Okay, it closed here above. If it could have closed below the mean threshold, the constant encroachment of this fair value gap, then my buyers could have shifted, but it closed above, then rallied higher to hit our 1 to 2. And yeah, that's how the trade played out. And now I'm waiting to see what will really happen. So over here, so I'll move this trade. I want us to have, because I'll be doing another review in the evening, a short one, because these are live stream and what I'm expecting to see. So since I wanted to see this daily wick being tapped into, it has been tapped into. So I want to see candles close below this 4-hour wick. I don't want to see a candle close above. Then I'll be looking for confirmations for lower prices. Right, for now the 1 hour and the 4-hour wick constant encroachment has been tapped into. You can see I'll use again my fib tool from the high to the low. Yeah, you can see the 50 level matching with the 4-hour wick constant encroachment. Back to the 4-hour, the same, you can see it. Currently the market is playing above the constant encroachment, but patience is key. And I'll delete now that. I want to see price respect this daily weak constant encroachment by closing below it. This candle played out well, and it's a matter of patience. We have news at around 9:30 I mean. So guys, so far we're good. So waiting for lower time frame confirmations. For us to be bear, weeks guys, weeks is something to be watching out, and also spreads. I'm paper trading, by the way. Have a 100k account, demo of course. So spreads, you should be looking at spreads. Whereby if you place a stop loss, your stop loss maybe should be, maybe above this week's high. So it's 2031.93. So you add another 30 because it's ranging maybe 35, a spread of 35. You place it. If you wanted to place it here at 95, you will add a plus 30. That is maybe above this high, 97. So plus another 30, it will be 2032 dot we have, assuming it's 100, we have it's 32.30, maybe 32.23. Yeah, 32.23. So it will be above here, yeah, around here, so to allow for the spread. Because this thing has done me dirty from the past. It's something I'm learning. The good thing is I'm learning these on a demo. That's the best thing. Like if it was on a funded account, then shit could have happened long ago. Yeah, this is playing out as I really wanted to see, but I'm not rushing into shit. I'm not at all. So keeping it slow and easy. Goes Puguro. Ooh. So hopefully a time will come when I'll be confident enough to take trades at this level, because I'm seeing, it's a low risk trade. low risk trade, but I'm not in a hurry. I have to let me wait for my conferences as I note down my journal. One thing I usually do is I like to do is update my journal before by referring to what I'm expecting, and then at the end of the day I do a video concerning as my poster trade journal. That's what I really like to do. So today is on 19th, Tuesday. So I start with my daily check-in and hire my feelings. So daily check-in. I'm calm and I'm calm and I'm calm and relaxed, ready to exhibit patience. So number 2 is if any of my setup comes. So for now, not yet. And plan for the day. So this, I guess, for the day, plan for the day is so plan for the day was I wanted to see higher prices, to see Asia. I guess those were the Asia's highs that were cleared, and react of the daily, week, constant encroachment. So wanted to see higher prices to clear the Asia highs and react off the daily, week, constant encroachment. So far has happened. Waiting for the reaction of the daily, week, constant encroachment. So today I was expecting both longs and shorts. Why am I saying this? Because by the it's now that I'm updating my journal, and this is the long. Maybe I have noted down. I was expecting this long to this level, and then probably because it's in our New York Times session, also now I'm expecting shorts over here. So what do you expect to happen in the market? I've said, I've noted it down. I wanted to see higher prices to clear Asian highs and react off the daily, week, constant encroachment. And any news? We had news that were medium impact. 8:30, and we have 9:30 a.m. that is coming. So I guess I should have my vertical line. We are already, yeah, I'm expecting news here, a sharp drop. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I don't know how time is going so fast, man. How So this is 9:30, and yeah, so that's the morning plan, by the way. This is the morning plan of my journal, because I have 3 parts: morning plan, daily check-in, and the daily recap. So since now I'm done with my morning plan, I'll go to the daily morning plan. I'll go to the daily check-in. I'm feeling calm because it involves the feelings. The 15 minutes. I'll wait until this candle finishes forming, then I'll be looking for buys. Inside these we have a fair value gap here. So this candle slow, so a candle, that candle over there, we have that 15 minutes fair value gap, and these to act as an order block for me. So I should be ready for trades here, but I'm not trashing anything at all. So daily feeling, I guess over here I've felt kinda impulsive because something in me is telling me put a trend there, but no, let me wait until I've seen clear formation of 2022 or the silver bullet. Yeah, because I trade silver bullet mostly, or the 2022 mentorship, because all the same. Yeah, so daily check-in, I'm feeling relaxed and calm. Today I will try to control my impulsiveness. I'll try not to be impulsive. If any of my setups, so I'm waiting, and so my daily checking involves my feeling. If any of my setups comes, so far not yet, and however I have traded, not yet, and then we have the daily recap that involves where did I do right, what did I do wrong, what have I learned, what can I do better, where were my stop losses, do my stops make sense, outcome of the trade good, or was it a good or a bad trade. So those are the components of my journal. You can see if we were to react off these 5 minute this 5 minute, assuming this will be our breaker with our stops above, then we could have been fucked up. Right? So there's no need, by the way, to hurry. Yeah, I'm waiting for M15 to give me confirmations. If it doesn't by 11, then we out for the day. We out. We have that one trade, then boom, we go home. So back to the 4-hour. The market is retracing higher to this weekly weak constant encroachment, and that's tapped into this 4-hour mitigation block. I guess I explained it. It's a failed order block because this candle closed below it, now acting as resistance, but before was acting as support, supporting prices higher. But now, since that it has been violated, it's supporting lower prices lower. So that's why it's a mitigation block. So price again rallied back to it yesterday, then today also it has tapped into it currently. So I am patient enough. I want to see how it will close. 3 hours to go, but we'll be watching the 1 hour. So since news is done, I'll get rid of that vertical line. Whoa. Want to see this candle because it has tapped into the constant encroachment of these mitigation block, and it has cleared this buy side liquidity that was above this high. That's cleared it, so we'll be watching how it closes. It has still 21 minutes to close. So yeah, with my journal beside me. So this buy side liquidity has been grabbed. So from the low to the high of this price leg, it's now in premium levels. If I should use this high, we are already in premium. So yeah, good points for us to be anticipating sales. And we have also these 4-hour week. These weeks, the market has tapped into the constant encroachment of this week also. So it's a previous week. So let's wait and see for if confirmations for lower prices will present themselves unto us. We're not chasing prices, we're just watching. maybe rallies higher to maybe this week, constant encroachment. But 2, 3, this swing high, we have a swing high over here. I don't want to see it being taken out. If it will be taken out this week, a candle close above, then will no longer be in buys, or a candle close above this order block, then I'll now also be heading higher. I guess it should change from resisting price but supporting price higher if I see a candle close above this order block. Yeah, that order block. But for now, you wait and see how the market plays out. So for those who are in a hurry to enter inside these, I have so many lines here. So first of all, this buy side liquidity, I'll be doing a video in the evening, a review, so I don't want to delete anything. My charts are dirty but everything there it's helpful to me. Maybe let me, for now, under this buy side liquidity, be this other side. Sorry. That 15 candle will close above the 15 minutes, the 4-hour min threshold, and also above the 4-hour mitigation block. Ooh, spreads, something to be careful on. But the trading is sometimes tiresome, and I've realized it's more tiresome. It's more tiresome when you are by yourself. Okay, but maybe if you have a given community or a given individual with whom you are with, and you do share the ideas, you are talking to each other, you're giving each other motivation, and I guess it eases some pressure. But while alone, because currently, or of previous few days ago, I was feeling that too, like I'm under pressure, like why this is happening. But I found because I have no one to talk to, and I've started creating some friends. I've got so far few from South Africa, and we do talk and get to know, bro, how do you do your trade today, how are things going on, so on and on, and it's been a good experience so far. Super experience, good experience indeed. But if you're by yourself, you become mentally exhausted. That's why I'm recording these. I'm just talking to myself, but it's really helping. It's quite helping. So this high has been taken out, but I want to see a retracement higher, then see where, if the market will present us sell models going lower. We had this gap, this breakaway gap that was let open after this candle filled part of the fair value gap here. So now the candle has tapped into that, and if it closes above that, then our bearish buyers, I shouldn't be married to I'm expecting sales now. It's something the market should give me information. Oh, we had this 2-hour fair value gap over here. I didn't spotted that one. At that 4-hour fair value gap. Also a 3-hour fair value gap. I didn't spot these. 3-hour fair value gap. So I'll delete this 4-hour mitigation block and put a 3-hour fair value gap, which will be a point of interest now. Like I want to see candles, this candle close. So this is the 3-hour FVG fair value gap. C3 candle close below the constant encroachment of these. It's paired with a 2-hour, so the 2-hour is inside the 3-hour. That is paired with the 1-hour inversion fair value gap. So let's wait and see. It's around 9. This is 9. yeah, it's 9. So I want to see how that these 9 a.m. candle closes, and also the what was this dark zone. Was it a daily order block? Yeah, the market has tapped into the constant encroachment of this week. It has tapped into it. So this liquidity, you should extend it. And also have it labeled as the daily week constant encroachment also. Encroachment. Who those them letters. Let me clear. Yeah. So that's why it's really necessary to always be confirming on the higher time frames. You might have something that you've not yet seen, and this is the daily mitigation block. Daily mitigation block. If a candle closes, this 3-hour candle closes above the 3-hour fair value gap, I guess we'll have these this being the draw on liquidity. That one, and also this other one. If we see a candle close above this 3-hour fair value gap, I guess it will now support prices higher. Four minutes to go before that 1-hour candle closes. haya sasa. Aha. Using the low to the high, let me see whether really the market, it hasn't yet tapped into premium levels from the high there to the lows. Can't see, not yet, so we might be heading higher. I want to see if I see a close above that, then I'll be bullish. Because we have this candle, a candle has closed above the 4-hour week constant encroachment. If maybe this 2-hour candle will close above it, then also, but it has closed above. It will be closing above this 3-hour, so officially these are the draws on my liquidity for now. I'm not longing, so unless they are taken, what is the Rio? Yeah, there is it. Now I might be looking for conferences higher again for entries. I'm looking for entries higher to this zone, to those 2 buy side liquidity zones. And I want to see this, it's no longer it's now an inversion fair value gap. Guys, I'll pull back this daily mitigation block so that I have this clear. And then later on I'll pull it back. Let me see, as the 1 hour closed above the constant encroachment of this daily. Yeah, it has closed above the mean threshold of this mitigation block. So I'm looking for confluences higher now. My bear bias has now been cancelled, and now I'll be looking for higher prices. I'll be looking for confluences going higher. Unless the next candle closes below this 3-hour inversion fair value gap, unless, but for now I'm in bulls, man. I'm in bulls. I'm in bulls. So I want to see a fair value gap. And my entry will be inside that 3-hour inversion fair value gap now. So this zone, this will be my entry, looking for my entry points inside that zone. So dropping to the 1 minute, I'll be patient to see a drop lower. Yes, if it doesn't, then well and good. We'll wait for these liquidities to be taken, price retrace into premium levels of that daily price leg, then from which you can be looking for sales. We ain't chasing price, brother. We ain't doing that, brother. We ain't doing that, man. By 11, I guess I should be done. If I will see nothing, then that is it. That will be it. I guess 55 minutes. So I'm guessing this is the accumulation phase. This is the accumulation phase. Then I'll see a manipulation lower, because every candle has a power of 3. So I'm assuming these the accumulation manipulation into this 3-hour fair value gap, then we have a distribution. So I have some coins here, which sometimes by the I was doing something that I use that analogy of these coins I'm having in my hand to also that help me think in probabilities. That with thinking in probabilities, usually in these financial markets, we can be profitable despite the fact that we are in a risk market, or we are making losses. So this is how I have 6 coins in my hand, and I will mix them. As you can hear, I will put on my lights and see, assuming these are 6 trades we are taking as a pack, and from which we can see whether we can be profitable, thinking in probabilities, whether if we are making a given number of losses and a given number of wins, will we be profitable or will be in losses. So yeah, here are the outcomes. So the coin number 1, I have a tail. and coin number 2 I have a head, so one head, one tail so far. Tail number 2, trade number 3, or coin number 3 I have a tail, so 2 tails for now. Trade number 3, number 4 I have another tail, so 3 tails so far. Trade number 5 or coin number 5 I have a head, so 2 heads so far. And over here the last trade or the last coin I have 1 tail, so total I have 4 tails. I have 4 tails and 2 heads. Let's see if we can be profitable. Maybe using my trading plan is I'm risking 0.25, of which I have a risk to reward of 1 to 2. So using the risk to reward is, I've taken a trade, I'm risking 1 to have 2, right? So in this analogy, or using my coins, I have 4 losses, meaning I've lost 4. So because I'm risking a 1 to 2, so I have 4 losses, meaning I've lost 4. But because I'm trading a 1 to 2 and I have 2 wins, meaning I have 4 wins, right? Or for the 4 trades that I lost, I've recovered them using these other 4, because I've been risking I was risking 1 for 2. So for the 4 that I lost, because I had a 1 to 2 R, now I've made it, meaning I am at break even, right? So this analogy helped me, because you can have many losses, but because of your risk to reward, then it will be helpful, you can see. So this is the analogy. So for another, maybe let's see how it will end up. Yeah, other outcomes random, and let's see trade number 1 or coin number 1. We are taking these in terms of trades. So trades number 1, I have is this a head or a tail? Yeah, I have a head, a win. Number 2, I have a win. Number 3, I have a win. Number 4, I have a loss or a tail. Number 5, I have a tail. 5, I have a tail. Number 6, I have a tail. So let's see, I have 3 tails, meaning 3 losses, and 3 heads, meaning 3 wins. And using my plan is I'm risking 1 to have 2. So for the losses, I've lost 3, because 1, and I have 3. I'm risking 1 for 2, and I have 3 losses, so I have 3. Because I've won 3, so also the same, I was risking 1 for 2, and for these 3 I'm having 6% profit. Am I now subtracting the 6 minus the 3 that I've lost, meaning I'm up 3%, right? So if I was of course risking 1% for each, maybe each a single trade I'm risking 1% to have 2%. That's how things could have played out. Yeah, still the market is doing its thing. It is still accumulating. The early phase of this hour. So let me do something. 10 is around 10. Make line there, and also another. Where is 11? Yeah, and mostly if I divide it into, is it 3 quarters or 4 quarters? This is the 1 minute, and I'll divide it into 4 quarters up to 15. Yeah, there, but change the color to maybe green or gray. Let's use gray. And then another vertical line. This is something I want to see how things will play out. This so the last part of these, because these are hourly, this is a hour from these from 10 to 11, this 1 hour, and as we know, a candle must have an accumulation phase, then we have a distribution phase, then manipulation phase, then we have finally the distribution phase of that candle. So I'll be watching these 4 quarters, by the way, and expecting to see the first quarter and maybe the second quarter have the accumulation, then later on an accumulation during the third or maybe the late second, then a distribution in the maybe to the last quarter, to the second last quarter, to the end of the second last quarter and the fourth quarter. So I'll be keen to see what will be happening around here. Maybe create something. Yeah, so thinking in the probabilities is helpful a lot, and this really helped me having these coins. I'll be having these coins for, I guess, the rest of my life, because they mark something to me. There are 6, they were 7, and I guess one went with somebody, but I'll ask it back. I'll get it back, and I'll be having them so that I'll be doing or using this analogy to make people understand with proper risk management, proper understanding of the market, having a profitable strategy, a working strategy. You can be profitable despite having losses, despite having many losses. You can have 4 losses, but with 2 losses will be at break even. As for me, because this is my situation. As for me, with proper risk management and proper understanding, and you will be profitable. Let me do something, get another cup of water. Let's also be keen on the higher time frames. Maybe was the 5 minutes saying it created another block there. Maybe we'll support prices higher, but I'm not rushing into things. I'm not rushing. If the market does something so it created a fair value gap. Where is the low? The first. Let me make it a dotted. Yeah, it created a fair value gap here. So I want to see it drop lower inside these 15 minutes fair value gap. I would wish to see that drop into these 15 minutes fair value gap, from which I look for buys. But if it will not present, well and fucking good. You don't get no time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind over here, but they gone telling me could deny my fantasy. So we're in the second phase now, but I'm seeing it rallying. It's rallying higher. Patience, no chasing. Yeah, but they had a good day. Did enjoy my day. But I love being with children, because through them I learn really a lot. I learn how they do interact with people, how they talk to everybody, like they don't care. They don't care what might come out, see, and their confidence. I learn various things from children. I was with children before this, and I usually like to do that before I'm in trading, because when I'm with them I'm not thinking of anything. I just maybe I've let the market run by themselves. Then later on during my New York time, after I've been with them, my mind is now relaxed. Then they can leave, or I can leave them, because I usually invite them even into my house so that we might chill, because they have lots of stories also that can make you forget some stuffs, and that's what I love, man. I love that. What has happened over here is we can see it consolidated around this point, rallied lower, cleared these liquidities below this low, and failed to clear these, then rallied higher. We have this large wick, can see market tapped maybe to the constant encroachment, then rallied lower. To those who are entering on this week, market rallied, reacted off this 1 minute fair value gap, then rallied higher, closed above this weak constant encroachment. Then we can see this order block being created with a fair value gap. It has been tapped into. This week has tapped into this order block. I guess it will be heading for those highs. I'm not expecting a retracement lower. This buy side liquidity will be tapped into. So far, by now, the draw is that buy side liquidity. Heshima kanemiko kazini tuwe na ustawi. Bless these our land and nation. Blend me from far now. Dwell in unity, peace, and liberty. And beat I don't know my national anthem. I'm just hearing children sing it, but I don't know my national anthem. I don't know it, man. I want to have these gin box in from the low to the high for me to distinguish where we are. Are we in premium for now? From that low to the high, we are not yet in premium still. I did my red one should be the discount, while my green one should be the premium level. So currently not yet there. We are still in discount. We cannot sell while in discount. We cannot sell while we are in discount. So back to the 1 hour, we can see that candle has closed above. This candle closed above the 3 hour fair value gap. And where is the 3 hour currently? I want to see how it closes. Then its retracement lower. I want it to tap into this weekly fair value gap, then from which buys, I'd be looking for buys. So I'm expecting also a retracement when maybe after 33 minutes. For now, let's keep on watching as we maybe tell stories. Yeah. It has tapped into the liquidities, and then we can see that reaction of that price and liquidity. But I'm patient enough to see price tap into that orange zone paired with the blue zone, then from onto which I maybe look for buys. Let's keep watching. Nothing still. Let's play somebody over here. I want to listen to Riz with Kimmel. As we wait for the trade to present. It's fucking solved. We ain't chasing nothing. Wow. Mm-hmm. I've seen something. Hey. Five. So back to my 1 minute. let's go.
When the price breaks above a significant resistance level in an uptrend, or below a significant support level in a downtrend. My team use multiple time frames to confirm the strength of a trend before entering a trade. This can include like the 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, used for day trading. Also get confirmation of the trade by including the higher time trend in the dashboard.
Meet Odoo, the best open source website builder. Ready to build the perfect website?
Wow, we've now recorded more than 100 episodes of the Diary of a CEO. And I've had some of the most amazing, inspiring, and life-changing conversations with some of the world's most accomplished experts, business people, psychologists, athletes, you name it. So this week we're going to do something a little different. Something many of you have requested for a long time, and something I've always wanted to do. This week we're going to look backwards. This week I'm going to share with you the key moments, the actionable, life-changing, epiphany-inducing moments from the last 100 episodes that had a lasting impact on me, that changed my life. So without further ado, I'm Stephen Bartlett, and this is the Diary of a CEO. I hope nobody's listening, but if you are, then please keep this to yourself. We hear this phrase a lot, which is find your passion.
Yeah.
And I almost feel that it's in many respects quite harmful because that question is kind of loaded. It assumes a singular passion for a start. It assumes that you can discover it like an Easter egg, and also the context in which that question usually sits in, it implies that once you find it, then it's it's a can of unlimited like happiness and orientation forever, and then that's yours. And I just feel like sometimes language can be harmful because it simplifies very complex things and sometimes multifaceted plural things. So I wondered if that phrase find your passion was something you felt similar about, or
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's true that passion can be a significant multiplier of human potential. So, people are passionate and engaged in a business, they can direct their energy in a worthwhile and meaningful manner. So it's worthwhile, but you're right that there's a big difference between passion, big difference between happiness and joy. Some are in the moment. I think joy is in the moment, and I think happiness is something that we continually adjust towards. Passion can be a significant multiplier of human potential, particularly in the workplace. So it does have a place. It is something which is useful to understand. I think ultimately it always comes down to personal introspection and self-awareness for me. And I think that we need to work harder at understanding ourselves, and when we are constructing a mindset which is conducive to performance. So we optimize our potential when we're in a particular state of mind. And that state of mind might be passion, it might be relaxation, it might be enthusiasm, it might be enjoyment. But we need to almost get to know ourselves and know that there are certain things which enable us to do others. And once we work backwards and understand what that looks like, maybe we can gain some more consistency. I say to a lot of sports people and to a lot of business people that consistency of mind gives you consistency of play. And I'm convinced of it. The more consistent we can be in our thinking, we understand the building blocks, the component parts to success, the more success we can have.
And how does one establish consistency of thought? Because I completely agree with that. I've seen it in my own life. When I've been consistent with my thinking, I've managed to perform the same habits every day. But then sometimes I'll lose consistency in my thoughts because I lose attachment or sort of my anchor with my why.
Yeah.
And I've talked a lot in this podcast over the last couple of weeks about this realization I've had this year with the gym, which was every year, February, March, I was incredibly motivated to go. I was fired up, trying to look good for summer.
Yeah.
And then obviously once you look good and summer has ended, it's almost like you've lost your anchor, right? So like you get into September and the why which made you go and to think consistently every day has evaporated, and I can't get myself to go to the gym in October.
Right. Do you know, I mean, I always think that consistency of mind comes from understanding the intrinsic quality of our decision-making processes. And I say that a lot to people in sport and in business. So, you can make a good decision and have a really bad outcome. Or you can make a bad decision and have a good outcome. And this is why
I'm not in a mind to listen to that. Let me concentrate over here.
Yes, guys, make sure you're following the GBFC Telegram. The link is in the top of the description.
We've seen this
in the
drop
end of this month, I'm
into
going to be giving away
this
one of my
15. Remember, these are
exclusive
15
hoodies with only 100
minutes.
of them made, coming to you guys on sale soon.
Yeah, it was
as
a
well as
15
that,
minutes
we've got a signed
fair
shirt
value gap
by none other than Chelsea's main man, Cole Palmer. If you're not in the Telegram, you can't win. Link at the top of the description.
So,
Let's get cracking.
15
Yes, guys, welcome back to another video.
minutes
Welcome to the
FVG.
George Benson Football Channel. I hope you guys are doing good. In this video, we're going to go through Chelsea versus Newcastle. We're going to talk about the big
I don't know whether it
talking
has
points
tapped
here,
into the constant
which is that
encroachment of
Pochettino
that.
wants to deliver Chelsea a trophy in his first season in charge. We've seen where that has gone with new managers in the past. I want to talk about my feelings with that. I want to talk about the Lewis Hall situation,
we can see
which
that
is once again
retracement.
another confusing one.
Can see that
Confusing
retracement.
one as a Chelsea fan. And I also, of course, want to build my Chelsea lineup to hopefully go out there and reach the semi-final of the Carabao Cup tonight. So
that's the constant encroachment of the 15 minutes fair value gap inside that 3 hour fair value gap.
And why for Chelsea right now?
And
This really could be as good as it gets, and we should put everything into making it as good as it can possibly be. My feelings
into
on
the
the Carabao
back,
Cup
on
have always
back to the
been,
1 hour,
as a Chelsea
1
fan,
minute.
we've won Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, FA
It has
Cups,
tapped
I've always not really
into
cared
the constant
about this
encroachment,
competition. However,
but I would
in a
like to
footballing
see a
sense, I've
market
also
structure
got
shift
perspective.
inside these
I know that if you support
1
Stockport
minute fair
County and
value
get to
gap.
the 4th round of the FA Cup, that dream is probably as big as it could get in your lifetime. Totally get that. As Chelsea fans, we've been absolutely blessed beyond comprehension with the amount of medals that players have won, trophies we've seen lift over the head. There's moments of elation. So now, when I accept where the club is at, when I think about where the club is at, the Carabao Cup does become that massive trophy that you look at and think, that really could be as good as it gets, realistically. Chelsea are nowhere near as good as some of the other teams in the Premier League to compete for European trophies right now, Premier League trophies right now, and probably also the FA Cup too. We've got Preston in the third
That is
round.
clear
Should
now.
win that one
We
at
have
home.
this grey,
Should win
the
that
orange
home.
zone,
But to be quite honest, for any of us to sit here with any real
as the orange zone is the 3 hour fair value gap, or the 3 hour inversion fair value gap. This bluish zone, I don't know whether it's blue, is my 15 minutes fair value gap. You can see the constant encroachment has been now tapped into it. This is what I've been waiting. I wanted to see. First, let me have this 1 hour fair value gap there. I change the color. So I've been waiting for this accumulation. You can see it's kind of accumulating now. I wanted to see this manipulation lower. It has come to clear this. It cleared these lows and tapped into these 15 minutes fair value gap, but I'm not yet rushing it. I'm patient, and I want to see maybe the 5 minutes. What should I be expecting in and to see a 5 minutes candlestick? This one close, the most current one. I want to see it close here, and if it creates a fair value gap, then if a candle closes above the constant encroachment of a fair value gap that will be created, then I'll be looking for buys. But for now, I don't want to be, because as I'm seeing this fair value gap here, the market maybe might retrace lower again for those entering early using the 1 minute time frame. I don't want to be that, so I'll wait to see what the real market presents.
Real confidence about winning trophies right now could be a little bit out there as an idea, and I've been told many times that you're too optimistic, you believe too much in. Nope. I said to you guys in one of the last previous videos before this one, I know there's not been many, I'm done with that now. I am coming realistically at you as much as I possibly can. Maurizio Pochettino has also said in the build up to this game that this is a trophy that Chelsea should be looking to win, and that he wants to win. Good. If there was any Pep Guardiola-isms from Pochettino about belittling this trophy because we're chasing a Conference League spot, mate, I'd have been absolutely fuming. Pochettino knows that winning a trophy for Chelsea is not only expected, but it can also become the catalyst for future successes after it. We saw in the new Abramovich era, winning the Carabao Cup with Jose Mourinho was the springboard. With this new era that we're in now under Todd Bowley, we're looking for any kind of spring, let alone a board right now. We're just looking for anything to give a bit of belief within the club, to give a bit of belief to the players that they've made the right moves coming to Chelsea. They're young players, and that there is something here that can see them reach, achieve, and experience success. So for me, beating Newcastle tonight, making it to the semi-final, is imperative. Newcastle are a really good team. They've not been in the best form. I think Eddie Howe is a brilliant manager. I think they're a brilliant football club. And I think as well, it's just as important here for Newcastle to win this competition, to taste that feeling of lifting a trophy, to really sustain the progress that they've been making, reaching the Champions League. I didn't think they'd do it last year, they did it. And in order for them to get back into contention, to make that again, I think they need those extra games. They need those quarterfinals. They need those semi-finals, potentially finals, to give everyone at Newcastle a buzz. So for me, this game is just as important here for both of these two teams, which is why we have got to go in this with the strongest Chelsea 11 that we could possibly field. There's also talk at the moment that Christopher Nkunku could be ready to play 20 minutes in this game tonight. So for that reason, I have not started Christopher Nkunku. And I also think that, yeah, it's the busy Christmas period. We know that. We've not had European football. Newcastle are playing a bloody hell lot more football than us. So I don't want to see people rested tonight. We're not good enough as a squad, as a club right now, to be resting the strongest players to give us the best chances to go ahead and beat a really good Newcastle team, who battered us, by the way, just a couple of weeks ago. The other big talking point surrounding this game is that Chelsea have allowed Newcastle to field Lewis Hall, who is probably a better left-sided player than anyone fit enough at the club for Chelsea right now, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. There is a lot of conversations about what is the obligation. Is it that Newcastle have to play Lewis Hall a certain amount of times in order to be able to trigger this mandatory buy clause? At this point in time, I don't really know. People that we have in a negative feeling and agenda towards Chelsea right now will go down and say, well, can't believe the club are letting them do this simply to be able to go and sell in for that pure profit conversation again. I don't know exactly what the clause is where Newcastle have this mandatory obligation to buy Lewis Hall. There's a lot of people saying a lot of things, but I think it's foolish of Chelsea if Lewis Hall is still a Chelsea player until next summer. I think it's crazy to allow.
So from
Lewis
this
Hall
point,
to play
I
against
should
us
be looking
because
for
he's
buys, but
better quality than a lot of players that we've already got at the club. So that's foolish from my perspective, but It
I
is
want
what
to
it is.
see a
Lewis all goes
close
and scores the winner
above
tonight. I'm sure we're all going to melt
this
down again.
fair value gap
In the 6 things we
above
don't
here.
comment section
If a
after
candle
the game
close
tonight. So,
is above,
without any further ado,
then
we are going to try, go ahead and build this
yeah.
Chelsea
Oh, no.
starting 11 that I think should be enough to use the back to qualify right at St James's Park. That can absolutely be a Chelsea centre-back for many years. The Scorpion kick, by the way, this guy's 6'4". Scorpion kicks it to control the ball and take the ball out of the back with possession. This guy's got it all. I've said it from January when he came into the team and was playing more frequently. This guy can do it. He's a ball-playing centre-half. He's an aerial threat in a team that have not been scoring goals from set pieces and have been struggling to defend them as well. This guy has to play every game for me right now, as long as he's fit in the Chelsea side. And Malo Gusto back in at right back. It's a strong defence if you look at it. I'm happy with that. We move into a midfield 2. And I'm going to rest Enzo Fernandez for this game here. I don't think Enzo plays. I'm going with Gallagher and Moises Caicedo. Gallagher was really good with the pressing in that game against Sheffield United. Even in the first half when Chelsea were poor, he was looking like the most likely player to actually get ahead and make something happen. Caicedo's numbers were also very good. Wasn't dribbled past, attempting long balls, breaking up the play. I thought Caicedo had a very good game. If it was 6 things we learned, I didn't do it after the Sheffield United game because there was just too much happening this week with Chelsea, leading forward into this one. I'd have given him a green box. I thought he was excellent, and I think with all the games coming up, Enzo's not been looking fit. It makes sense in my head to drop him for this one. We move into a front 4. And I've gone with Raheem Sterling on the right-hand side, Cole Palmer playing in a number 10, Mudryk on the left, who I think in the last couple of games, his ball control has looked a lot better, and Nicholas Jackson going forward. And I can't help but laugh when I say Mudryk's ball control is looking better. With that being said, as much as it's still not like just raising the roof of Stamford Bridge and taking us all of our seats, he's got that ability, but we need to see more of it. So, take the positives where we can. Nicholas Jackson also scored at the weekend. Other than that, I thought he had a very poor game. And he leads the line for us up front against Newcastle. I believe that this game is going to be all about Chelsea treating this like a cup tie. Chelsea need to look at this opportunity here to make it to a semi-final of a major competition. Forget the fact we've been Champions League winners.
Chelsea.
But forget that. Forget the fact that we've been challenging for titles, FA Cups. This is the Carabao
close
Cup.
above
It's the
these
bottom of
highs,
the rung of that
and
list.
also
Forget
these
about
3
all of it.
minutes fair
This
value
should
gap.
be about going out
I
there
guess
with
will be
pride
better
at
for
Stamford
my
Bridge,
buys.
giving us another opportunity to be in a semi-final, a 2-legged semi-final, where we can make it to Wembley to lift the trophy. These players tonight need to look at this as a redemption moment to beat Newcastle, who arguably provided the most humiliating scoreline of the season, although the Man United performance was significantly worse, in my perspective. We've got to go out there and try and do one over them. They've not been in brilliant form. Yes, they won 3-0 at the weekend. They were very good.
If it closes above this 5 minutes from this candle slow over here, this candle slow and also this candle high, if it closes above this blue label zone, then I'll be in for buys with my stop, I guess, being below the constant encroachment of these week. This candles week. I'm using my phone, I don't know. So, but I want to see a close above this 5 minute threshold.
I think it's going to be 1-1. I think it will go to pens, and because I really want to be getting optimistic, excited about Chelsea again, I think this is Petrovic's night. I think the Chelsea goalie is going to win it for us on penalties. He's a big boy. If you've seen the wingspan of this bloke, you think he's a bloody albatross, all right? Hold on to that. I'm probably going to be wrong, because I'm a bit out of touch at the moment with football.
So my entry will be when I have a
on penalties tonight. And I'll see you
if it closes
afterwards.
above this 0.5 level, meaning above these this 3 minute paired with the 1 minute value gap, then a retracement lower, I guess my entrance or my entry will be
so you're going to be seeing my face everywhere again. It's always like this.
Lower.
I'm either posting loads of vids or no vids. So yeah, enjoy it.
So that is it. So I tap into that order block.
Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to Shootout. We've got a different kind of vid here today, I guess, but it's kind of in the same theme as a lot of the other stuff that you see here. We've got Chelsea discussions, because Chelsea playing Newcastle tonight in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. A fascinating lineup of games, 4 matches, 2 days. You've got Everton playing against, who are they playing against? Fulham. You've got Port Vale, who are 15th in League One, against Middlesbrough. You've got Chelsea, Newcastle, Liverpool, West Ham, and of course, you've got myself and Big Eunice to discuss it, because Chelsea are going to win the League Cup, aren't we, mate? Tell me we are, please.
In a normal world,
Is it?
or a normal world as we grew up in, I would say, yeah, why not? And
I
this
don't know
time,
why. Please.
I've got nothing but question marks, so I can't say anything.
Oh, well, we're going to have to try and answer some of those, aren't we? Because I'd love to believe that Chelsea can. But I think a good place to start as we build up some tension is to look at the 2 other matches, which I know arguably Everton beat us a week ago. They're a better team than us. They play better football. Probably are just better.
I'm in goal, brother. I'm in goal.
They've got Fulham at home. You would look at Chelsea in a, let's say, potential Carabao Cup semi-final in hindsight.
Go to the 5 minutes.
You would like to believe that Chelsea, over 2 legs in a semi-final, could beat both Everton and Fulham.
We have
How do you
this
think
immediately balance of these
and is it so important
over here
Goodison Park this time around?
with this candle?
It is, I feel like, and you know what, Everton at the moment are going through this, it's not
we
a
have
bounce.
these.
It was a bounce, and now it's just,
I don't know,
the
my
bounce
entries are
so therefore it's
always
not a bounce, because a bounce always comes to an end.
not where I
this
was
is
intending
just
them.
consistent,
So
solid form.
these highs
And they've had their backs against the wall. They've used
be
that
my
situation
target.
to really push
and
on, to grind out results, and not just grind out results every
stop
single
loss
game. There've been games where they've just
at the
actually gone
constant
dominated,
encroachment
scored, won the game comfortably.
of,
So for a Sean Dyche team, that's rare. You know, you look at that and you look
over
at his
there.
history in terms of the football that he's played and the teams that he's managed. That's quite rare. But with this Everton team, it's clicked really, really well, and they're all solid, they're all together, they're all on the same page, and they're getting results. So now they find themselves in the cup quarter-final, with the situation that they're in, having been deducted 10 points, and now they're out of the relegation zone, and the feeling is great.
So I'll minus by the spread.
They're probably
So
going to bring this over to the cup
I'll subtract
from
from my 69
when
because
do you ever see Everton win silverware? So they're probably going to think, why not? You know, so I'm honestly looking at this game, and the fact that they're at Goodison, I think Goodison's going to be rocking. Fulham been
I want to
bit
place
up
it
and
just
down,
below the constant
as of
encroachment.
late, and the last game they lost, they went down to 10 men. But they've been up and down, and I feel like Everton have the complete momentum to bring into this game, to use that and get a result, and you know, plough onto the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, which would be a huge achievement for them.
Maybe there.
I think Fulham is a weird one, because I think if you didn't have that red card,
With,
it was like the 20th minute or something from Jimenez against Newcastle. I've got a feeling that, when you win 2 matches in a row in the Premier League 5-0, I know it was Forest, West Ham is not an easy team to beat 5-0. Fulham were on an absolute roll. They were brilliant at Anfield as well.
Highs.
So unlucky not to bring an amazing point, or maybe even 3 back from Anfield, apart from incredible goals that Liverpool scored.
And my stop loss, I guess, minus 32 because
I don't really care
the
that much
spread
about Everton.
over
I
here
understand they're a big
gives
club.
the
I know
maximum,
there's such
maybe
a rich
35.
history there, and it would be
So
such
if
a
I
shame
subtract
as a result of a points deduction,
35 over here, it will be
lose their
around
Premier League status and get relegated to the Championship. There's no way in my mind right now they're going to go down. They would be ahead of Chelsea in the league if they didn't have that 10-point deduction. In fact, they'd be 4 points ahead of Chelsea in the Premier League. They're not conceding goals, they're scoring goals, and like you said really well, I think it's such an un-Dyche-like team that he's just found a click there at Everton. And I think a cup run, in my opinion, would be massive for them. I think if you can add up all of that kind of fear that Everton fans have had to endure, suffer in the last couple of years with thinking we're going to go down, you've got an owner there who, whatever, new stadium's coming, very nice, cool, sounds good, but like still, the way that they've been ran has been atrocious.
This is my
The way
intended
they've spent
stop
money on
loss.
pure trash has been atrocious. You know, they've had managers that weren't good
Then
enough. Now they've got themselves like a proper manager, and
my target
I
will be
think
above those
this
highs.
could be the year, and if you look at the way that they played against us, they were so much better than us.
Taking off
Even if Liverpool beat West Ham and they draw Liverpool in a semi-final,
100.
I can see Everton actually winning this whole thing. That would be immense.
That would be crazy. Sean Dyche picking up silverware. That would be a sight. I'd love to see that.
I wouldn't pay to see it because I probably wouldn't want to pay for a ticket and go to an Everton Cup final where they win.
Maybe
Unless it's against Chelsea, in which
a
case
sell
I'd
limit.
to go, even though it's far for me. Far for you. But, you know, I would say this is
so
Everton's
this is what I'm
game to
expecting.
lose.
I'm
And
watching
that
for
reason,
this
I'm going to
trade.
go with a 2-0 Everton win. I think Fulham at home, different to what they will
And,
be away. 2-0 Everton.
Let's wait
They're going
and
for it.
see how it
I
really
agree.
plays out.
I think Everton are bound to get a result here. As I said, for the reasons that I've mentioned. Fulham do have the team to test them. And I think Jimenez is going to be suspended for this because it carries over. Am I correct?
I'm not sure. I thought now it's like each competition has its own kind of ruling. So like if you get a booking in the if you get sent off in the Prem or like an extra yellow, then it doesn't run over to the cup.
Oh, well.
It's like clearly the Premier League is more important. I'm not sure about that actually, but I thought it was.
And if that's the case, then that helps. Then that helps Fulham at least to an extent. But look, the fact that if this was at Craven Cottage, I would be a little bit more sceptical, but at Goodison, I can't see anything else other than an Everton win right now because the way they're moving is fantastic. So I'm going to say Everton 2, Fulham 1.
Let's wait and see how this plays out now,
I
because
think most of us do the first date completely wrong. We set ourselves up to fail. And the reason why is because
It's so true. I can't believe how true this is.
Paul Brunson, the world's most influential matchmaker.
He's got a hit show on Wolfers Network.
Married at First Sight UK.
this you may never have heard before. My expertise is relationship science. And the beauty of science is that if you can change the formula, you change the results. So if you are someone who is in a relationship and you're unsure how to communicate, there's certain
yeah. So I'll have to wait and see what the market will present. Because you can see my stop loss and my targets above here, above these. I don't know whether it will trace, but let's wait and see how this plays out. I will be out around 12, so past 12 any profit I would be having or any loss, then I'll call it a day.
I think most of us do the first date completely wrong. We set ourselves up to fail. And the reason why is because...
It's so true. I can't believe it.
Mtazamaji, ni Jumanne nyingine tunakutana hapa ndani ya Nipashe. Natumai hujambo popote ulipo. Karibu basi, kwani kuna mengi tu ambayo tumekuandalia kutoka maeneo tofauti, yakiwemo makala yetu ya mwanamke bomba, lakini kwanza tunaangazia ya leo. Duka la jumla la Carrefour lapigwa faini ya shilingi bilioni 1 kwa kukiuka kanuni za ununuzi.
Issued a death threat against me and other people who have gone to court.
Seneta Mkio Mtata adai kuhofia usalama huku akishtumu matamshi ya Rais William Ruto kuhusiana na nyumba nafuu.
Our friends in the Labour country in Rwanda, they make their decisions quick because their governance structure allows their president and the executive to make decisions.
Wasiwasi wa mzozo wa kidiplomasia kati ya Kenya na Rwanda, Waziri Kipchumba Murkomen akishikilia matamshi yake. Na kila kitu kishwari, raia wa Kongo wakijiandaa kwa uchaguzi mkuu hapo kesho. Na asante sana kwa kuchagua taarifa zetu. Karibu basi tukupasha nikiwa na mwenzangu upande wa pili Stanley Kinyanjui, na tunaanza na taarifa kwamba duka la Carrefour limetozwa faini ya takriban shilingi bilioni 1.1 na halmashauri ya ushindani humu nchini kwa kukiuka vipengee muhimu vya sheria ya mashindano ya taifa. Faini hiyo iliafikiwa baada ya duka hilo kupatikana na hatia dhidi ya kampuni za Woodlands Limited na Pwani Oil Products zilizowasilisha malalamishi. Na kama anavyoeleza mwanahabari wetu Laura Otieno, mamlaka hiyo imetoa onyo kwa biashara zinazokiuka biashara ama sheria za ushindani kwamba zitachukuliwa hatua za kisheria.
Katika malalamishi yaliyowasilishwa mwezi Disemba mwaka jana na kampuni ya Woodlands Limited, duka la jumla la Carrefour lilishutumiwa kwa kukata viwango vya juu vya fedha baada ya mauzo na kuisababishia kampuni hiyo hasara. Vilevile, Carrefour ilipatikana na hatia ya kuitoza kampuni ya Woodlands kima cha shilingi 50,000 kabla ya kuwasilisha bidhaa zake katika matawi mapya yaliyofunguliwa na duka hilo. Carrefour ikitozwa faini ya shilingi milioni 554 sawia na kuilipa kampuni ya Woodlands kima cha shilingi 900,000. Mamlaka hiyo ikielekezea lawama duka la Carrefour kwa mazoea ya kuwakandamiza wauzaji.
These are repeat cases with regard to this particular retailer that even though we have presented the matter before and gone all the way to the tribunal and also appeal case, they seem not to restrain from that practice.